Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I shall be talking about farm laws. Mr. Modi recently said that the farm laws are going to be repealed. It's a massive win of democracy over dictatorship and arrogance. However, he added two things to it. One, that it was probably us that weren't able to convince the farmers about the farm laws, insinuating that the farm laws are great and that the farmers don't know anything about their own field, about their own profession. And second, that only a section of the farmers is what we weren't able to convince and that we lacked determination, insinuating that they are divided, therefore trying to create a divide amongst them. Third, Mr. Modi is ignorant of the fact that 700 farmers have been martyred. 11 months have passed by since they have been sitting at those borders in scorching heat, in cold, in winters, in summers, in the most difficult of circumstances. And despite that, no BJP leader could gather the courage to come up. However, Mr. Varun Gandhi tried that. He was removed from the national executive list for having supported the Lakhimpur farmers that were mowed down. Second, Mr. Anil Joshi, the former union minister, was kicked out of the party for 6 years because he supported the farmers. The BJP government is an anti-farmers establishment. For instance, Mr. Khattar, the CM of Haryana, who said to his own party workers, disguise yourself as farmers, beat them up with sticks, and I'll make sure that you get bail. And even if you end up spending some time behind bars, you'll end up becoming a big leader. The very CM who's supposed to make the civilians, the farmers, the Annadatas feel safe and secure is the very CM who's saying all of that. Mr. Mishra, Minister of State Home Affairs, whose Lad Saab did the Lakhimpur incident. He said to the farmers, if I get serious, I'm going to put you in your place. See where I come from. And he was referring to the Section 302 case pending against him in the High Court, which is of murder. And he did this in order to provoke the farmers. And after that, we are all aware that the Lad Saab of BJP, Mr. Mishra's son, mowed down mercilessly, ruthlessly for farmers in Lakhimpur. And after that, the UP government tried to dilly-dally the investigation. And then it was Miss Priyanka Gandhi ji that went there. Even though an FIR was registered against her, she was put behind bars, but she stood with them no matter what. And because of that, the Supreme Court could take suo moto cognizance of this matter, and the UP government was reprimanded for having dilly-dallied the investigation and for having attempted to bury the justice. It is the Congress party that has time and again stood with the farmers, whether it be the anti-farm bills that the Punjab Legislative Assembly passed in order to scrap the farm laws, or it be the 83 farmers that have been compensated who were falsely implicated in the Red Fort violence case, or the farmers that have been martyred.